Good morning, everyone. My name is Zoran Novakovic. I'm a global training lead, and today with our colleague Matija, we will present the latest release of Instafin. Today, I'll be the one that will start this presentation, and then Matija will take over and present his things. I'm going to start with a loan origination workflow. We have changed over there a lot of things, and I'm going to present all of them. Let me just start sharing my screen. All right. In the loan origination workflow, we have changed, as I said, many things. The first thing that I will present today is, let me just stop my camera. Sorry, I'm not disturbed. Voting order for credit committee members. In the previous versions of Instafin, voting order was always sequential, and it has to be in a certain order. Now we have introduced parallel voting, meaning that credit committee members can actually vote not in a sequence, but whenever they receive the task for the voting. And tasks are sent to all of the credit committee members at once. So I will just go to administration, and I'll go to additional settings. And here I will show you this screen for all of you that use loan origination workflow. We have changed many things here. So I will actually introduce all of them, not only the voting order. So the voting order is right here. So you can still stick to the previous setup and vote sequentially, or you can vote in parallel. Also, the new thing that we introduced in this release is minimum 4 votes. In the past, we have to have all of the credit committee members voting for the loans to be able to go to be approved. Now we have a percentage of votes, a minimum percentage of 4 votes that can be for the loans that have to be approved. For example, if we have 5 credit committee members and we put 50% or 6, let's say, and we put 50% of 4 votes. If we have 3 votes for and 3 votes against, the loan can be actually approved. So this is for the minimum 4 votes. And we also introduced one more change, and this is the override option for the loans, for the loan approval, meaning that even if all of the credit committee members voted against, if we have let's say board member or maybe a COO or CEO that would like to proceed with this loan application, then that person will have override powers against the credit committee. So that setup is not here in the additional settings, but it's under the user groups, and I'll show you right now. So we have created, for the purpose of this presentation, 3 user groups: super user, workflow 1, and workflow 2. For the for the workflow 1, if we go to loan workflow here, sorry, loan approval levels, you will see that this particular user group does not have override voting. But if we go to workflow 2, and we click on the loan approval levels, this person has override voting as well as super user. Oh, no, super user does not have it. It doesn't matter. So basically, we have created 2 groups, one without override and one with override option. So what we will do now, we will exercise all of this just to show you how everything is working in terms of the loan origination workflow. So what I will do now, I will find our famous client Amelia. Sorry, Amelia. Yes, and I will create one client, one loan account for Amelia. Before I do that, there is one more change for the loan origination workflow that I almost forgot, but fortunately I have my notes, so I can read through them. As you probably know, if you're using the loan origination workflow, when you create a new loan, new loan account, the initial status of the loan account is draft. Why? Because that loan might be or might not be approved, etc. We might have some additional data to enter inside the loan that attach additional documents, etc., etc. So basically the draft is like a loan application that might be changed before it goes to the next status. Some of our clients actually who use the loan origination workflow, they said, look, we would like to actually to skip this draft status and just go to the next status immediately. Why? Because we don't want to use the draft at all. We would like to actually fill in all of the information inside the loan application and to proceed with the loan application. So we decided actually to develop this a little bit further. So now you're able actually to, instead of going to the draft, you're able to pick to which what's the next level of the loan approval you would like to go to directly. So let me just go to administration, and I'll go to loans, and we have created one loan product called workflow test. And here you will see here in the loan workflow. First of all, you have to use the loan workflow to be able to do all of those things. And here you can see that when you create a loan, it will immediately go, instead of to the draft, you can actually choose where, but there is only one option for now, and it's application review. All right, now we can proceed with the creation of one loan with the workflow test 1, a loan product, which I will do right now. So I'll go to loan accounts, and I will create a new loan account. I will choose workflow test 1, and I will not change anything else. C, because we have clicked on the for the different loan approval level to be default after we create the loan. All of those mandatory fields now they showed as a mandatory. If it was a draft, we actually don't need to fill those fields at all. So this is a mandatory field, and I will just pick one economic activity, which is also a mandatory field, and I will create this loan account. Okay, so here instead of draft, it's in the loan application review right here. All right, so now the next step is to assign a credit committee members. So I will assign 2 credit committee members. I have created those 2 people here. So this is loan workflow 1 group, and I will add another one, and I will go to this one here and assign it. Okay, because we have checked this parallel voting order for this particular loan. Now I will log in as Uroš and Una and see if those tasks are in their dashboard. So let me log off here. I will log in as Una. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Sorry. I didn't change the loan status. Okay. Change status to pending approval. Sorry. All right. Now we can go back and check the credit committee members. And here is the task. So if I click on the task, I click here, actually I would like to vote, and I will vote against. Okay, so here we can see who voted, who didn't vote. So basically, I'm showing you now the sequence. Sequence is parallel. In the past, if it's a sequential voting, first Uroš will receive the task and then vote, and then Una will receive the task and vote. So now, with this parallel setup, actually Una can vote, and also Uroš can vote whenever they basically want, because they will have tasks on their dashboard. So let me just go back and log out, and all right, and there is a task for Uroš as well. And I will click here to vote. I will vote against, and this is it. So we show the parallel voting, and we show the status of the loan. Now we have this change we made in this release. It's related to overriding the powers for this loan. So basically, in this scenario, in the normal circumstances, we have 2 credit committee members, and they both vote against. And if in some cases, if somebody from the company say, look, I would like to proceed with this loan, then I would like to approve it. It usually has to be somebody very like on top on a hierarchy. So so those people can actually change the voting of the credit committee. So I will go back and log out, and I will log in as myself. All right, let me find Amelia. Okay, and let's go to our loan account. And here it's in the pending approval status. I can click here. I can see that all of the credit committee members voted against, and I would like to change the status. Okay, so this is very important message here on the screen that you will see. This account does not meet the minimum percentage of 4 votes needed to approve a loan. By changing the account status to approved, you will override this requirement. This message will be published only to the person that actually has the possibility to override the decision of the credit committee. So what I will do now, I will click approved, and I will put something to the notes, and I'll click save, and loan will be approved. Okay, so this is it in terms of the loan origination workflow. We also made one interesting change for the deposit balance dashboard. It will provide you more information about withdrawable balance. So let's see what we can see there. All right. In the past, we did not have all of those information here. And what is it for? Basically, when client comes to your branch to withdraw the money, oh, I would like to withdraw I don't know, 7,000 or 6,000 peso from my account. Then when then teller come to the client and say, look, I'm sorry, you cannot, because your withdrawal balance is only 6,015 here. And client will say, why? Because I'm sure I have all of that money on my account. Why it's not withdrawable, etc. Now we actually published, I mean, not published, but make it visible. What makes this withdrawable balance like this? So this is the balance of the account here, right here. Okay, so client thinks that he can withdraw or she can withdraw 6,115.03 pesos or dollars, whatever. But in reality, the withdrawable balance, it's this one. Why? Because there is a locked balance of 100. Okay, and this locked balance of 100 is actually the minimum deposit balance related to this account. You can actually click here and see the here in this tooltip to which loan or basically the deposit is this balance locked. So this is the reason why the person can only withdraw this amount of money, withdrawable balance. The same is for the pending clearing balance. Here you have a tooltip. So what is pending clearing balance? Sum of all outward checks that were deposited and were not and are in the pending clearing status. Basically, clients can even forget all of the checks that they have posted, and they are not cleared. So if you have those not cleared checks, or in the status of pending clearing, in the status of pending clearing, that means that all of them actually will be deducted from your withdrawable balance because it is not because they will be cleared eventually. So this is what we have changed on the deposit account dashboard. There is one more thing that we have changed, and I need to stop sharing my screen, and I need to share a different one. Sorry about that. Okay. We have option now when person is when we are disbursing a loan. In the past, we had option to choose one payment method, and then to choose let's say cash. So we disburse in cash, and then we disburse to our deposit account, or to our loan account, or to our share account. Now we have option actually to add multiple or more of those payment methods. So let me find one loan. What is this? Sorry. Approved. Okay. So I'll just go to this person here. So this loan is approved. So so this loan is approved and it's ready to be disbursed. So I will put here. All right. And we'll just put some information here just to fill out the form. And so the loan is 50,000. So I will say I will put here a check. Okay. And here at the disbursement target, and I will put like 25,000. Okay. And here I can here now add loans, deposits, etc. But also I can also add a new payment method, which I created, and I call it a disbursement payment method. So I will put 25,000 here. Okay, and I will disburse the loan, or I can just put 10,000 here, and I will add another disbursement target, and I will choose some cash, for example, of 15,000, and this is it. So basically, instead of having only one payment method available, and the rest of it should be the loans and deposits that you can actually and check and yeah, to push those disbursements. Now we can choose multiple payment methods together with the loans or deposits section. So I'll just disburse this loan. Okay, my date was wrong, so I will yeah. Okay, I will stop sharing my screen here. If you have any questions about what I presented, please use the Q&A or chat to ask your questions, and I will ask my colleague Mattia to proceed with his part of the presentation.
Thank you, Zara. Okay, let me share my screen. So first thing that we will show is connected to the API page. So nothing close to the Instafin UI, but as everybody knows, available API points, all of our Instafin API points are available with this /documentation/API. And previously, so this is the old version of that page. This is the new version of it. Previously, we had some problems with this search button. For example, it was not case sensitive. So if we put something, so we have this API point Instafin, for example, search clients, and if we put capital C, it will not find anything. So now in new version, see, now it's working. Search button is now better. Search is now better, and we have some. You can see the different visual improvements because we are now we are using newer version, so it looks nicer. So that's basically it. So API search was improved, and now it's case sensitive, so you can work more smoothly with that. Second thing that we did is also connected to our previous improvements that we did. For example, in dynamic proposed deposit analysis, when we open a configuration, what we did previously, we introduced tooltips. So for example, you can see that we now have tooltips on some of the fields, but you can see that some of them are missing. There were some changes on our site, and what we have now, so this is old instance. So this is the latest instance, deposit analysis. I'll go the same, engines, fees, and now we can see that we have. So all of this is connected to help you using more of our dynamic reports. So prerequisite for that is that we have to write the documentation, and when we write documentation for every field here, you will have a tooltip that can help you how to use it. So we can see the difference previously. Now we have the tooltips. Previously, it was without tooltips. Third thing that we did is also connected to dynamic reports. So let me go to our old instance, and we can see that, for example, or combine on deposits or loan analysis, that we have one date which is anchor date. We are always working with that. All of these are just offsets. So for example, if we want to see, give me the next installment from date, and currently it's current date, and the same as this anchor date. And if we want to change it, we need to change the offset in days to have the selected date. This was not so super user friendly, so I will show you how it's looking now. Okay. So this is old window. Now when we click, we can see that selected date is moved here, and it is not disabled. So you don't need to use offset in days to change the selected date. Now you can click here and take the same date, and we will see that the result is the same. So selected date is not disabled in your version, and you can select it normally, like normal date peak. Okay. And the last thing is connected to IFOA. So I will show you what we did in Instafin and also in our IFOA. So first thing that we need to see is I need to show, so some of our customers are using, in general settings, automatic client approval. So if you have this option, like require new individual clients to be approved, selected as no, that would mean that all new clients will not go into pending approval status. All of the newly created clients will go into active. But we need to be aware that we can have some things mandatory for approval, for client approval. For example, so on this instance, I have require new clients to be approved no. So that would mean that all newly created clients will go into immediately into active. And I will show you just this. Okay, no. So what we can have active, mandatory, for example, scorecards. I will show you the first case. So for individual clients, we have scorecard which is not required. And when we, and also we have two document types for individual clients, and all of them are not required. So let's go to IFA. I will repeat myself, this is not applicable for customers where you don't have automatic approval of clients, but some of our customers requested that because this is aligned with their business case and how they are doing work. So let's start. So in IFA, as I said, we don't have mandatory documents, we don't have mandatory scorecards, and let's create a new client. So I will put all the data is not so important. Yeah, it's Irradium branch. I will put the credit officer is this one, and I will create a client. Okay, I will show you. So for example, again, scorecards. We have one scorecard. It's not required. And I will show you the documents. We have national ID, not required. We have passport, not required. Okay, and that's basically it. I will sync the application. This is normal thing. We have the upload summary just to show you, okay, you have client create requests, everything else. So like you can see what you did. When you click OK, you are uploading data to Instafin. Okay, I had some conflict. I have to see what happens. Fields mismatch. Okay. Nah. Okay, I put the same name, so my bad. So let's do it again. How is this possible? Okay. First name yellow, last name turtle. Okay, yellow turtle. Nice. So let's see it. See, now we have a new client, Yellow Turtle, created from before, and the client status is active. But what if we have, for example, scorecard, and also if we have a document, for example, national ID as active? So let's think if again to get the configuration. Okay. Now we have the red snake client. I will put credit officer, this one. Okay, create. And now, just to see, national ID is required. And scorecard is required. So the next step for a user or credit officer would be, okay, I need to collect the scorecard, I need to collect the document needed. But what if someone forget to do it and click, I want to upload? This is a new thing. So this is, I would say, pretty cool feature, because here we have clients are missing mandatory scorecards, and we have the client name, and if we have multiple names, all of them will be listed here. And created clients with missing mandatory documents, we will also have the list of the clients, and here we have the name of the mandatory document type, and we have the name of the scorecard. So this is, I think, really helpful, because now credit officer can see, oh, sorry, I forgot to do something, and he or she can click here, cancel, to get all the required or mandatory data. But if someone said, no, I want to think, click. Okay, this is locally on my PC, so I'll try to click okay. It's probably here. Let's move on. Sorry about that. I'm using, because I want to show you, I'm not using a real mobile phone. I'm using this emulator, and everything is I don't know. Let me see. It's not about the IFY app is the emulator, because I don't see anything. So let's see the conflict resolution. Yeah, we have it. So here the message was, you have a conflict, and someone in back office will see, okay, we have the conflict for IFY transactions, and we will have something like this: new conflict type, client create, and existing conflict type with new message, missing documents, and scorecards conflict. And you can see, you can click here, everything on client level is correct, but we are missing two mandatory things. So we put it like this. It will be shown here like this. So someone in back office would be aware, okay, something is missing. They will click here, submit. Okay. Sorry. This here. Now we can see the difference. I will open again. So on here we have, in general settings, that newly created client should go immediately into active status, but our client is in pending approval, which is good, which is correct. Why? Because we are missing mandatory things. So they can go here and upload everything needed, or if it had to be done on a field, we have pending approval client, I will kill this app. Just sorry about that. I will reboot it. Okay, good. Nice. Good. Let's start the IFA again. Hopefully now we will not have problems. So I will repeat myself. Now we have a newly created client, Red Maple Snake. It states pending approval. Why? Because we are missing mandatory things, scorecards and documents. The client was after conflict resolution finished in pending approval status, and they didn't took scorecards and documents in back office because it needs to be done by create officer. So they will go here. Think. Now all is visible or readable. Okay. Red Maple Snake. Here it is. And now we can see that the client is pending approval. So now create officer can go here and do everything needed and take required scorecard and required national ID. So that was the idea. So if we have something mandatory, we will have, I will repeat myself, we will have a pretty useful validation message so that you can understand that you are missing something before sync. If we have sync, the client will go into pending approval status, and you can do you can upload mandatory things in back office through the Instafin or again through E4. So that would be it from my side, Hans.
Thank you, Mattia.
Welcome.
And I'm going to open our Q&A session. So if any of you have any question related to the features that we have just presented, please go ahead and ask. We are open for all of your questions. Looks to me that there are no questions for me and Mattia. If that's the case, I would like to thank you for your participation and patience to listen and watch what we have presented today. If you have any questions, please go straight to our support, and you can ask questions over there, as well as to go directly to our user guide, and then there is a section related to this release, so you can click and take more and get more information about it. Oh, we have one question. Daniel Landi, hi. What is the cause of the client not appearing in the main instance when upload from IFA?
could you please explain a bit more? What do you think? What do you mean? In the main instance when uploaded. So all the data will be always uploaded, but some of the clients can have conflict, like I showed you. That would mean that someone needs to resolve conflict. For example, some field is missing, data is missing, there is a mismatch between field configuration and things like that. This is normal thing. So it needs to be resolved, and after that, client will be visible. If we don't have conflicts, client after upload will be immediately visible and available in Instafin. So that's the thing how we are working. Maybe, so my question is, are you asking about conflicts or something else?
Daniel, can you elaborate a little bit more? Daniel, would you like me to unmute you so you can ask your question personally or elaborate personally? Hello, Daniel. Can you hear us?
Yes. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Daniel from Dike, Bauchi, Nigeria.
Hi.
Yes, there are some issues we do face whenever the client is being created from IFOA. Example, when 10 have been created, maybe 5 will be uploaded successfully without any problem, but the rest will not be uploaded, and some will show in the conflict resolution menu, but some wouldn't show. What could that be the cause?
That's not something expected. We should always have at least conflicts or clients. So if I understood you correctly, so you're telling me that after IFOA sync and you finish everything, click upload, you don't have conflicts and you don't have a client created in your instance, right?
Yes.
It's hard to answer that question because without concrete examples. So I would call you that you send us more example. For example, like create officer, date, timestamp when it happened, and then we can investigate through the logs. Because like this, it's hard to give you the answer because this is nothing. That shouldn't happen, because the idea of whole thing is that if we have data immediately in Instafin, or if there is some type of conflict, we will have a conflict, always conflict. So we need to check that. We need to check your individual case to understand what happened. Or if you will have it in the future, please immediately create a ticket for a support team, and we will immediately, with our bug mastering team, check what happened. So that's
all right. I would take note of that. Whenever the issue arises, maybe I'll try to send it.
Thank you. That would be the easiest, because then we have concrete example, concrete data on production, and we can immediately attack that and resolve if there is something.
Right. I have another question for Zola.
Yes, sir.
This voting order.
Yes.
I think one has to create the workflow first. Oh.
Yeah, basically you have to enable the workflow on the product level.
Okay.
So to be able to use it.
Okay.
So please, before you do that, please go to the user guide and read everything related to the loan origination workflow. It's
okay.
Something that you need some more information about if you want to use it. if and I would suggest you for you to set it first on your testing instance, and then try it out.
Yeah.
And then if you have any problems or issues or missing information in the user guide, please let us know, and then we will help you out, and we'll update the documentation for others actually that would like to use this feature.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Any other question?
From my own side, no.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniel.
You're welcome.
All right, well, if this is it, thank you very much for your participation. We'll organize the same webinar right after our next release, and we will update you through the release notes and to the invitation to a webinar. I will see you all very, very soon. Have a great day, and enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
Goodbye.